Hey guys, and welcome. Lucian here, and welcome to today's webinar. So it is a Sunday, and I want to congratulate each and every person for actually being here. So I'm letting people in as we are going. So yes, now what I'm going to cover on this webinar is how Dave have actually been able to launch his NFT project within 6 weeks, and then also how I was able to generate tens of thousands of dollars within this month of October through just buying and selling it. And then lastly, I will also show you how to create your own NFTs. Now, for those of you who are here already, so just keep in mind, at the end of this webinar, we will be giving away each and every person a free gift for actually being here. So in saying that, if you are ready, put a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comments. If you are ready for this, do put a 1 in the comments. Okay, so we have 1, so I can see that you guys are ready. So let's get started. So once again, those who just hopped on, welcome. And like I've said, I am actually going to be showing you guys 3 things. Number 1, how Dave was able to actually generate millions of dollars in 6 weeks launching his NFT project, how I was able to, without even launching my own NFT project, how I was able to make tens of thousands of dollars this month. And where I'm staying in South Africa, that's over 100,000. And then number 3, I'm going to show you exactly how you can create your own NFT. So also, at the end of this call, I'm going to be giving away each and every person a gift. Now, before we actually get to the slide, so just a bit about myself. Who am I? My name is Lucian Godfrey, and I am the founder of Crypto Gains Blitz. And I found myself in 2015 when I was working 16 hours per day. 16 hours. I was working as a courier, and on the weekdays for 4 days, 16 hours, and on weekends I would work as a Uber driver. So I basically didn't have family time. even though I'm married and I've got kids, I just couldn't spend the time with them because I had to make ends meet. So fast forward up until today, I was able to, I was exposed to Bitcoin in 2016 in February through by Michael Bernard, who is an ex-professional rugby player, and he's currently a founder of one of South Africa's fastest growing cryptocurrency exchanges. So he told me about Bitcoin. Back then, R1,000 or $100 was a lot of money. So I had like $70 that I just got started. I bought some, wanted to see what this is about. And once I got the grip of it, I actually took advantage of it. Now, back then, I couldn't afford a full Bitcoin that was like 400 US dollars, 450 US dollars, or 7,000 in our local currency, so 7,000 Rand. And I felt that, you know what, I'm late. Now, if you think that you are late for NFTs, then I want to remind you that let's say NFTs are is a baby, and the lady basically didn't even fall pregnant as yet. That is how early you are, and that is how cheap you can actually get in. And in saying that, I would like to welcome each and every person here once again. I am going to refrain from repeating myself and sharing what we will be sharing on this webinar, the 3 things. So for the last time, number one, how Dave was able to generate millions of dollars within 6 months of launching his NFT project, how I was able to make tens of thousands of dollars within October, which amounts to over 100,000 rands in our currency. And then I'm going to demonstrate and show you step by step how you can create your own NFT. So if you are excited for this, put a 2 in the comments. Put the 2 in the comments so we can get this started. Okay, I see the 2s coming in. I see the 2s coming in. Okay, so let me share my screen and get started straight away. Okay, so if you can see my screen where it shows welcome to the NFT Maker Masterclass, put a 3 in the comments so I know that you are not looking at me, but you actually do see my screen. Let's check. We have a very active audience here today, so guys, keep it up. You give me, you encourage me actually always to do more by doing this. So it's not every day. I wish I had someone to show me actually how to actually get into these things without me actually having to fork out, because back in the day, I could not afford to actually pay for the kind of information that we have here. So number one, we are going to obviously focus on how you can successfully launch your NFT project. But before you do that, it's obvious that you actually need to know what an NFT is. Now, an NFT is basically, it's described as the following, guys. If I think I'm going to keep the screen this way so I can actually let people in as we are going. So an NFT is a non-fungible token, and it is a unique digital asset that represents ownership of a real-world item like art, video, clips, music, and many other things. So if you think of a car, any car basically. So I had 2 BMW 1 Series, but even though they were both BMW 1 Series, they had different VIN numbers. So which means they were not interchangeable, because at the end of the day, both of them are unique. So the one, you can't just say, you know what, you take this one and I take this one because we've got the same cars. But if I have a 10 Rand or $10 and I exchange it with you, that is fungible because it's got the same value. Nothing changes if we exchange $10 with one another. Now, NFTs use the same blockchain technology that powers cryptocurrencies. But I don't want you to actually be mistaken and think that cryptocurrencies are actually that NFTs are cryptocurrencies, because it is not. Now, let's go further. I'm sure that many of you actually saw the other day when Facebook went public, when they said that they are going to rebrand themselves as Meta, or Meta, depending on how you pronounce it, on where you are in the world. So basically, what is metadata? Now, many of these words, in fact, these words have been in existence since like the beginning of time, but it's just that we didn't use it so often, same as quarantine and all of those kind of things. When COVID hit, then to many of us, that was a new word, but it's not that it is actually, the word just came into existence. So metadata is a set of data that describes and gives information about other data. Now, I'm going to explain this into detail as we go. Now, just to have you understand, so I, for instance, bought a certain NFT. And as a result of me having that NFT, as the roadmap went of the company, I was able to get a baby NFT of this specific one. It makes me think of crypto dads. When crypto dads came out, then if you had a crypto dad, then you could actually breed a crypto mom. So, which means the mom came from the dad. It makes me think of the Garden of Eden. So it had certain characteristics of it, same as our children, as basically some of our DNA can be found in it. So the same applies here. So it basically is just data of a specific, whether it is music or whatever the NFT is out there. So for those of you who actually saw the video of Facebook that came out this week, where Mark basically shared what a metaverse basically is, and we saw that the lady actually showed him a nice NFT where she was, and as a result, he wanted to see it, and they could actually bring that NFT into their metaverse, which is basically just a virtual room where they were. So Facebook is becoming Meta. However, the social media platform will stay the same, so they are actually not going to rebrand that. Now, let's get to the order of the day. Guys, I want this to actually also be the same as what we normally have when I'm actually doing a live call with my clients. So you will see, you will be able to unmute yourself and stop me if there's something that you do not understand. So let's get into the order of the day. So number one, we are going to cover why you need to launch your NFT project. I'm also going to give you a bird's eye view of a successful project, what the roadmap should actually look like. And in this webinar, we will focus on the mindset that winners actually have in this space, because there will be a lot of NFT projects. For those of you who actually were there when cryptocurrencies basically started a bit further, I was there in 2016 when Namecoin was in the top 10. Same as Dogecoin and Shiba Coin is there now. However, Namecoin is not there anymore. So same as a lot of cryptocurrency projects actually disappeared because of their roadmap that actually wasn't a winning one. So the same will actually happen to NFT. So I find it strange when people actually start dabbling with NFTs and they buy just a normal picture without there being any roadmap, and then come back to me and say, you know what, I can't sell this thing. What can I actually do? So it's first you learn, and then you basically are able to earn. And if you went to my website, and you would see that my clients in the case studies are able to learn within 1 hour on how to actually do it correctly. So it's important to actually do it in that order. So let me share my screen once again. I want you guys to stop me if I'm going too fast or if there's anything that you do not understand. Okay, so when we're done, you will be able to take actionable steps and follow that will position yourself to be seen as a thought leader in the NFT space. So people will actually know that you know what you are doing. So what is the first NFT project that actually came out? So 4 years ago, we had CryptoPunks on the Ethereum blockchain came out, and you could mint it for 11 US dollar cents. Now, guys, I'm using certain terms, so you might think, what is mint? So if you sign up for the webinar before Friday, in fact, last night I sent it out. So terms that you need to know, NFT terms. So minting is basically when you are buying it from the manufacturer. So you could mint it for 11 US dollar cents. And that was on day one. So now, 4 years later, many of them are selling for millions of US dollars, but the cheapest CryptoPunk that you can get is selling for 130 US dollars. Now, I want you to put in the comments, if you could go back 4 years, how many of these CryptoPunks would you have bought? Let's see. So he says that she would even gotten 50. Now, what if I, Mastix says that she would have actually bought 1,000. Now, that is exactly what I would have tried to do. Tracy is loaded, so she would have bought 1,000,000 of them. Now, the nice thing about cryptocurrencies and NFTs is actually that it is limited. Guys, there will only be 25 million Bitcoins. So as a result, the value of it goes up. Wherever you are in the world, look at your currency, what you could have bought with it 5 years ago and what you can buy with it now. So it loses value because banks and governments are printing money like it's going out of fashion. Go to YouTube and search the term fractional reserve banking, and then you will see how they are able to print money and how your currency is losing value. My country was last year, before the pandemic, it was paying $246 per second interest, $246. After they've printed so much money to relieve us from this COVID pandemic, but we didn't actually see much of that money. Now we are paying 373 US dollars per second interest. So at the end of the day, the more they are printing, the weaker our currency gets. So a grand isn't so grand actually anymore. Now, let's move further. Now, the reason why you should actually launch your NFT project is because there are no two NFT projects that actually are the same, irrespective of whether they kind of look the same, but nobody will actually do things the way you will actually do it and how you will actually bring it to the market. Now, I've explained in the build-up up until today. I sent you a video on how Dave was able to launch this specific project, Dirbirds, and many of you do not actually even know where to start, or you don't have the skill to do it. But don't be worried, because at the end of the day, people are willing to actually come together and launch a project, or you can pay them so they can actually do certain things for you that you don't know how to do. So they will, you'll be able to, they will hire them and so they will end their service. Now, Cybercon NFTs, guys, these guys you could pick up for a few dollars when they launched. Same as the project that I just mentioned, you could pick it up for 11 cents. Bitcoin, you could pick it up for 10 cents in 2010 or 2011. Currently, it's 60 odd US dollars. Now, these guys, you could also have bought them for a few dollars when they launched. However, currently they are selling for 600,000 US dollars. That's like 9 million rand in our local currency. And what do they actually provide? If you think of the Mona Lisa, why is it selling for millions of US dollars? So it is basically to have status. If you go to my Twitter, you would see that I have this NFT as my profile pic. Not so much on Facebook. People are still getting there when it comes to crypto and NFT things. It launched first on Twitter. Twitter is way ahead of Facebook, and but I know that many of you actually came to this room, and you came basically from Facebook. So I'm trying to bring awareness to a Facebook audience so they can actually understand or get in, and not after 2, 3, 4 months or years when actually it is the information such as what was on Twitter a year ago then only comes to Facebook. So these cybercons, for having these cybercons, they pay you 10 banana coins on a daily basis. So for those of you guys who know, so I've got the program where I have students who learn how to trade, so you know how to actually go and check. So a banana coin on CoinGecko is selling for 95 US dollars. Now you get 10 of those dropped into your wallet on a daily basis, which means you are making passively 950 US dollars on a daily basis. Now, I don't know whether there is anywhere in the world that you cannot make a living on 950 US dollars per day. Because in our currency, that's like 500,000 rand per month. It's like 15,000 rand on a daily basis that you are getting for as long as you are holding this NFT. So if you start to, if you sell the NFT for 600,000 US dollars, then that is actually gone. So Ms. Fix, thank you for actually setting the example. She says that, repeat that part. Guys, I need you to speak with me if I'm going too fast, and I thank you for actually doing that. So this Cybercon, when it launched, you could buy it for a couple of dollars, but currently they are actually selling for $600,000. Now for having this Cybercon, you are actually getting 10 banana coins in your wallet dropped on a daily basis. Every 24 hours, 10 coins are being dropped into your wallet, which you can go and sell on a daily basis. And one of those coins are 95 US dollars. So which means you are earning passively 950 US dollars on a daily basis. Now, obviously, not everybody is sitting around with $600,000 now to go and buy this. However, Cybercons is it's like 2 years already into its roadmap. Now, when it comes to Durbirds, we are only about 2 months into our roadmap. Now, before I go over to Durbirds and show you how early you actually are for these projects, when you have a Cybercon, when you're holding it, you are able to get a baby Cybercon, and that baby Cybercon is currently selling for 34,000 US dollars. Me and my friends, we wanted to actually club together and buy a Cybercon, and then he came to me and said, Lucian, I've got great news. We can buy one for 34 US dollars, 34,000 US dollars. And he almost spent that 500,000 rand on the baby, but the baby doesn't pay you that 10 banana coins on a daily basis. So his calculation was within 1 month, we will make our money back. So it's important that you are dealing with people who actually know what's actually going on. So that is why I basically have a course where my clients are able to learn what to look for within 1 hour, and they are actually ready to do that. So when it comes to the birds, guys, it might look, I know this is a bird, this is a conch, but some of the NFTs, especially if you are not into NFTs, then they all can most probably look the same. Like sometimes other races, I would say, you know what, I don't know the difference between these two people. But once you actually mingle with people, then you start to see, you start to even twins, you start to identify different characteristics, etc. of them. Now, the same when it comes to these NFTs. This specific NFT, you will see it's got an egg on its back. Now, later in the call, you will see that as a result of that egg, I was able to get a free egg, so this is a derp. So I get the derpling. So I got a bird, and now I've got the baby bird actually. So fortunately, we are early in the roadmap. You can pick up these guys for as little as one ADA is like $2 now. So you can get them for as little as 70 ADA, so which means $140. You can pick these guys up. Now, that is one of the projects, but you see that all of them are unique. This one has a different roadmap. This specific one has a fantastic roadmap. Guys, I don't know about you, but I need to remind myself, you know what, Lucian, you are married, you must watch a movie with your wife. Because to me, watching a movie, it's like, no, man, it's a waste of time. But I mean, you need to spend time basically with family, whatever they enjoy. Now, if I'm not willing to use 2 hours on watching a movie on a daily basis, why would I play a game? Now, many of these projects are actually gamified projects, but The Birds is a gamified project, but it's not you literally playing the game, it's the storyline. But this got me so hooked. I'm sure that if it was a game, I wouldn't have really had the time to play it. But because I'm learning and I like learning, I'm always buying online courses. I'm always reading books, etc. So because I'm learning on a daily basis, so many people are hooked onto this. Now, people say, you know what? If I could go back, I would buy so many Bitcoins. Guys, there are 21 million Bitcoins. NFT projects, they generally, they would have 1,000 or 10,000 unique ones. So they are even more scarce than cryptocurrencies. And as a result, that is why one CryptoPunk is selling for $1 million and Bitcoin is not even nearly there. CryptoPunks are only 4 years into the roadmap because they are less. So those of us who know supply and demand, that is basically the reason for it. Now, this specific project is another NFT project, which is currently paying us passively on a daily basis. So the NFT project that you have in mind, maybe you don't have all the stuff together, but I'm just showing you different NFT projects and how they are actually bringing value to people. Now, if you didn't know that when you use the hashtag, someone else is getting paid for it. Whether you say hashtag Coca-Cola or hashtag Black Friday, etc. So they influence us to use hashtags, and these big companies, they are coining it for it. So we've also got such a project in the crypto sphere. So when I, for instance, bought Cape Town, hashtag Cape Town. So Cape Town is a well-known city in South Africa. In fact, in 2017, it was the #1 attraction for tourists. So in the world. So at the end of the day, it's very, very popular. So when people go to Cape Town, they would post it on Facebook and hashtag Cape Town, etc. So whenever anyone uses hashtag Cape Town, I'm getting paid for it, guys. Stacy here, who's on the call, she got Herbalife. So if you are selling Herbalife and you are promoting your products and you put hashtag Herbalife, just know that Stacy Lee is getting paid because Herbalife actually is her NFT, and there will only be 100,000 of these NFTs, guys. So I used to invest into mining plans, but these mining plans, they actually, remember the Bitcoin miner, it's profitable, but at the end of the day, that machine in 3 years or in 2 years, it's old and it needs to be renewed. So these NFTs currently, they are selling for $350. I bought mine for $300. So how this specific project works now, guys, the reason why I'm showing you different projects is so you can understand that not all NFTs are the same. And do not expect to understand everything right after this call, but as you learn, you can earn. So this specific project, they are selling for $350 currently, but it's affordable now because it's on the floor. So if you read what I sent you, you will have read what is the floor. So which means it's the cheapest at this point of time. So for hashtag Cape Town, this project works as follows. When you, the first 5,000 NFTs costed $200. Then the so it was, you can see this NFTs of mine is 14,506, 14,507. So when the guy called me up and he explained this to me, I didn't understand everything, but because he's a multi-millionaire and he's got no business scamming me out of $600. I mean, what is $600 to put your name in jeopardy? So I immediately bought 2 and I paid $300 each for him. Now, why are you guys going to pay $350 should you decide to actually do it? Yes, Sean, if you randomly put in there, Sean is just asking a question. If you randomly put in hashtag Cape Town on his post, I will get paid for it. Now, going forward, the first 5,000 of these NFTs costed $200. And then from 5,001 to 10,000 costed $250. So for each 5,000, it goes up with $50. So after 10,000, between 10,000 and 15,000, people paid $300 for this NFT. And now, after it's already past 15,000, it's between 15,000 and 20,000. So currently it's $350 per NFT. So when we get to all of the 100,000 NFTs that is actually sold, then it will be $1,150 per NFT. So these of us who bought now, then we can sell it if we were to sell it, want to sell it then for $1,150. But why would you sell something that is generating you money on a daily basis? So this NFT is paying me on a daily basis. Just 2 weeks now past, it paid me 319 TER coins. Now, what are TER coins? How much money is that? TER coins are selling now for $7. So I basically made $300, sorry, $30 within 2 weeks. Or to bring it back to my currency, 450 Rand within 2 weeks. But that's without me having done anything. So this specific NFT, not all NFT projects has a marketing, a commission structure to it. So when you introduce others, then you can also generate the extra income. But just having this NFT is already a bonus. I don't see why someone would want to actually sell it. So if you, for instance, buy hashtag Elon Musk and within 6 months, he wants to buy it from you, because at the end of the day, or anyone wants to buy it from you, you can charge them whatever you want. You can charge them $100,000. You can charge them $50,000. You can charge $10,000. So if you are familiar, for instance, with Instagram and understand the power of hashtags, then you see the potential basically here. So this is this specific NFT project. Now, many of you have heard of Axie Infinity. Guys, like I told you, I do not see the sense in spending time on playing a game. But guys, let's face it, the gaming industry is multi-billion-dollar industry. So whether I play game or whether I don't play game, I'm just a minor fish in that pond. So it doesn't change that the gaming industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So currently, people are playing games, and they are making money from YouTube out of their views, etc. And now you can actually play to earn. So Axie Infinity, you need to buy 3 of these NFTs. Think of Street Fighter, for instance. You buy a certain NFT, and every time you win a fight, you make points. Now that points are actually currency. It is money. Yes, Tracy, it's basically like buying a domain in the 90s, buying a popular domain, maybe like, for instance, the H City. Someone bought this domain, and then the founder of H City had to buy it from them. I'm buying domains almost on a weekly or monthly basis, because when a business comes to mind and I know how to launch a business, and when I buy that website, I just launch that business and leave it to run. But I pay like $7, $20 for the website. But because the person bought this famous H City website, the founder of H City had to pay him $10,000 for the website because he wanted it. $10,000. Now, let's get back to Axie Infinity. To play the game, someone unmuted themselves, so you can ask a question if you want to ask a question, guys. I'm also watching the chats. So I appreciate you guys interacting with me. This shouldn't be like a sermon where you are not allowed to speak. So Axie Infinity, you have 3 NFTs. And when you play and you win, don't worry, you won't lose your NFT. But if you win, you are winning LPs, love potions. So you can exchange it, LPs, and you can sell it. So you actually make money from it. So now you're not just being number 1 on the list and for the highest score, etc. Now you are getting paid for it. Now, South Africa is a third world country. The Philippines is a third world country. Now, the nice thing about Axie Infinity, it's a play to earn game. So suppose you bought yourself 6 of these NFTs and you are playing. Now you can only play with 3 at a time. You cannot play with 6. So the other 3, you can become a manager and you rent it out. So when you rent it out, the person who plays becomes the scholar. So that scholar, whatever money they make, 60% goes to them and 40% goes to you, who's the owner of these NFTs. Think of Uber. When I started in 2016 riding Uber, I could not afford my own car, guys. I had to hire someone else's car. That lady stayed in Cape Town, I stayed in Port Elizabeth. Whatever money I made, I had to first pay her 2,500, and then they had to work for me after that. But the car would break, the car would need petrol, etc., and all of those things. You have expense. So this is basically your Uber without having expense, because your NFT doesn't get old. The same as with this project, your mining contract doesn't expire because it's a virtual thing. So which means gone are the days where you buy things and they depreciate in value. You must buy things that a poor mind buys things that depreciates in value. You buy something now, and then tomorrow half of the money is gone. You can't the open market. But I know we need to buy these things, cars and all houses, all of these things, but houses also appreciate in value. Now you can buy yourself things that generate income, and when you sell it for more than what you bought it for. Now, why am I explaining this? Axie Infinity is 3 years in the industry. It only became popular now in 2021. It's a $7 billion company. Rich City, Rich City is on the floor. It's only 1.5 million US dollars, the market cap. So Rich City is, let me not get too much into it, but I will show you on a later stage what the potential is here. So it's like investing into Tesla when it actually started, or investing into Apple when it started. Now, guys, you do not want to reinvent the wheel. Before I invested into Millionaire Mentoring, I used to try things out and watch hundreds of hours on YouTube how to do things. instead of actually learning from someone who already did it. So that is why I actually would like to congratulate you for taking the time today to actually be here. In that email I sent yesterday, I said that a lot of people signed up, but I know that a small percentage will be on it because our subconscious mind actually keep us in the state where we actually are. So I want to actually congratulate you guys for being here. So you do not have to reinvent the wheel because you will have a price to pay. Let's say, for instance, to learn something, you need to pay $10. Now you don't want to pay that $10. Now you go and spend 6 months trial and error doing that. Instead of saving that 6 months and just buying or paying that specific person to teach you something and then have the skill and go on and do it the first time right. And that is why I always buy online courses. As a result, I've only got a matric, but nobody would have paid me 100,000 rand or over $10,000 in October. But because of the knowledge that I have, that I got from buying online courses, I could actually get this. Now, a bird's eye view of a successful NFT project is as follows. Tracy says that we keep learning, we always learn. Guys, there are Facebook groups that we pay $10,000 just to be in that group. But what you learn there, I've never bought a course that doesn't put me in a position to make either double or 10 times my money back. So a bird's eye of a successful NFT project. First and foremost, the community is very important, guys. If you are going to launch a project and it is just to make money, just to make your first $1 million, then chances are that it won't last for long. Yes, maybe you will make a bit of money, but that is not what we want in this industry. Too many people have been scammed in the name of crypto already. We don't want the same for NFTs. So your community would be the number one thing. Being transparent with them and taking them on a journey, because we understand that everybody have mistakes. Every company run into problems. So that is what you want to share with them. The reason why I share this is because this actually happened with us. Okay, I just muted the person who accidentally unmuted themselves. So number one, for your community to be healthy, you need to have a website, guys. Guys, things happen on Twitter. If you are not on Twitter, chances are, especially in the crypto industry, chances are that you get information late. Now, in my course to trade, I teach the importance of actually getting to information first, because you don't want to, if you're getting information last, then you pay $10,000 for a thing that you could have gotten for $1 or $2 if you got the information first before others actually invested. So a Twitter account. Now, Discord, for those of you who are not familiar with Discord, Discord is actually for a platform for gamers. It's like WhatsApp, but you can do way more things in Discord than WhatsApp. So you'll have to see to actually understand it. But don't worry, we show step by step. So this you need to have in place. Let me just put my phone off. Just give me a second. Now, it might seem like a lot of work, but guys, I used to work 16 hours per day, and I always wanted to work from home because I didn't have any time to actually spend with my family. So as a result of these opportunities, I've been able to work from home successfully for since 2017. And it's a joy to be able to be there when my children need to go to school or fetch them, etc. So I'm part of their lives now. And I'm sure if you are a parent, you will value that. Now, when it comes to utility, it is just as important as the community. You need to have a roadmap that is actually going to make sense. And if your community participate in your NFT project, it must give them a sort of status and some reward as well. Think of the Mona Lisa. If you have the Mona Lisa, everybody in the world knows that you have the Mona Lisa. If you invite people to your birthday party, they would actually even pay to be there just to see the original Mona Lisa. So it gives you a sense of status. Therefore, you will see on Twitter my avatar is my NFT, and it should also, you do not promise rewards. You just create the opportunity to make rewards, because if you promise rewards, then the SEC might come after you. So do not promise rewards, but show them in the roadmap that this is the rewards that they may get. And should your project be successful, then that is the reward that they get. So it's one thing to promise rewards and another thing to give rewards or create rewards. So, and then your artwork is just as important, guys. Whether it's a gaming or whatever project it is, you want it must actually tell a story. It must be unique or fun. Unique in the sense of a nice portrait like mycelial portraits, and fun in terms of, I mean, these NFTs, many of them, I find them ugly, but everybody has their own preference, and some I find fun and exciting, and you want them to be actually evolve. The reason why a project will actually fail is, let's say you create an NFT project and it just stays there. It just stays there. Instead of, let's say, for instance, like Virgin Active, you buy an NFT, and as a result of having that NFT, you can go in for free at the gym. So you pay $1,000 for the NFT, so now you don't have to pay monthly. But with that NFT, you are able to, for instance, get annual, doesn't matter, anything that actually those who value keeping fit, maybe you get the supplement, etc. But it must be an ongoing specific thing. So as a result, the value of that NFT goes up and up and up and up, because people are tired of signing a 24-month gym membership, and then after 1 month you feel, no man, it's too much to actually do this. That's why I actually created a home gym, because then I can keep fit as things goes. So number one, community. Here you can see Durban's best community on Discord. You can find, we'll always see this. And as a result, that is why this project is doing so good. And that is why actually I spent over $10,000 on this project. Over 100,000 I spent on it, but I more than doubled my money because it has a fantastic community. So this project, I'm expecting this project still to actually bring me over $100,000, and I'm not selling all of my NFTs. I'll show you the strategy that I actually have for this. Now, the utility. This is a fantastic example of utility. Whenever someone uses my hashtags, I'm getting paid, as you can see there. But that coins, what is happening with that coins? That coins has a value of like 450 rands now, or 30 US dollars. But what do I do with that coins? Because I'm not selling it now. So now you can stake that coins and provide liquidity, and as a result, generate more money. So your money makes money. Remember what I said earlier, a rich mind doesn't mean that you can have no money in the bank, but you can still have a rich mind. And as a result, if you have that rich mind for long enough, you will become rich. So a rich mind buys things that generates more money. I want the time freedom. A lot of people tell me, you know what, I don't have time. It's a Sunday, I don't have time to go open a call. So that is exactly the reason why you need this, because when you make enough money, you don't have to sell your time anymore. I didn't want to sell my time to a boss anymore. I had to make enough money so I don't have to sell my time. Tracy, Tracy asked a question. Do we keep earning only if the hashtag is being used? Like, what if the hashtag becomes defunct? So that is why we show you which NFTs or which hashtags will actually always be relevant. So you want to choose something that is always relevant. And if the if the hashtag isn't being used anymore, you are still mining. But you, like for instance, Cape Town is mining way more than Durban, because Durban is still it's still getting started. People are not really using that hashtag, but it's still making me money. But it doesn't make me as much as Cape Town, even though I paid the same money for them. Does that answer your question? So even though people are not using this, I'm mining the minimum coins, but this one mines almost the maximum coins on a daily basis. Is that question answered, guys? Okay, if it's not answered, you can always share there. So what I'm saying is, if people are not using it, it will mine you minimum. Yes, you just earn more when others are using it. So that is why you want to choose a familiar one. So I have a program where to see what are familiar hashtags. I could have said Lucian Godfrey, my hashtag, but I mean that is if I thought that I'm so famous. But why would I want to first want to promote and make my name famous, instead of just taking something that is already famous out there? Now, a status, now I can go and say, you know what, Cape Townians, you may live in Cape Town, but every time you use hashtag Cape Town, I'm getting paid for it. And it's not Cape Townians who only use it. People from all over the world actually use the hashtag. Now, here's another question. Only one person can own each hashtag NFT? No, Tracy, you can buy multiple. We had someone who bought 500 hashtag NFTs at once. Remember, there's only going to be 100,000 guys. So you do not want to wait up until 100,000 is out, and then you need to buy from someone else. You need to pay them 10,000 for an NFT. You can buy now, if you are liquid, you can buy way more than just one NFT. So Shari, remember, the project is still in its infancy. So we hashtag protocol is actually launching. It's actually taking on Google as well. So whenever people will search, so whether they use a browser or any other social media out there, then we will actually start making money for it. But like I say, you don't want to be waiting for then only when everything is in place, because then it's already 10,000 per NFT. It's important that you want to get in the beginning of a roadmap of a project. Now, what is a good form of artwork? Guys, when it comes to Hit City, wow, I don't have words for what's actually about to come. So obviously, in my opinion, I'm not giving financial advice, but X Infinity is already a $7 billion game, play to earn game. This project, the founder of this project, his NFTs are worth more than 1.5 million. And this game that is building, its market cap is only 1.5 million. When people say, when is this project gonna boom, etc., he's like, if you don't believe in it, don't get into it, guys. This game, you buy every new member gets a room. So you can either buy stuff that makes your home nice, or you can play and actually win things, because all of these things out here are actually NFTs. So you can play and make your home nice. So this is a club. So Soldier Boy already confirmed that he will actually be a DJ in Hit City. So when he's, let's say for instance, you get your free room, you change it over to a club, and you ask a specific person, a well-known person, maybe you ask Snoop Dogg to actually DJ or have a party at your club. So now for all the members in the HCT to get in, they pay you a fee to actually get in there. So it's, guys, it is business like you know it now. It's just basically a virtual. I want you to go and see what the video that Mark Zuckerberg actually shared, and then you will get a understanding. Guys, I've been in lockdown since before lockdown. I work online. Most of my artwork, it's NFTs, is online, because I mean, if I have it in my house, who comes to my house? There's a nice picture of me and my wife, etc. But just few friends of mine normally come to my house. But if I've got thousands who are actually who I have on social media, etc. So now I can show off my art, etc. Or I hang out in my specific room. So the potential here, let's just put things in perspective. Shiba Inu, if you put in $1,000 last October, then currently you could have actually set well on like 400 million US dollars. Now that opportunity is past. If you put $1,000 into XC Infinity, who's the same as HCT, who has the same business model, but HCT is actually working to improve that, because remember, there are different games. Some games you fight, some games you hang out, some games like HCT has a mall even. So your favorite shop will be able to buy let's say a shop in the mall. So when people go there, so let's say there are 1,000 people playing HCT. So when they walk in the mall, they see what products the specific shop has. It's basically online shopping, where you can see what you're actually buying, etc. So it's just something else out there. So just to put things in perspective, XE is now 7 billion US dollars. We are only at 1.5 million US dollars. Now, all the stuff are actually NFTs. So you can just imagine if when we actually launch the project, because X is already in almost 3 years now. We are only in 6 months. So which means you don't want to first, you want to buy things. You want to buy things when they are already, their roadmap is almost complete, or they are already famous. Like Tesla shares, you could have bought them for $3, but this week, Tesla shares hit $1,050. You don't want to be buying Tesla shares when they are $1,050. You want to be buying them when they are $3. So that is why you want to actually be in here. So I put in more than $1,000 here, but let's say I only put in $1,000. Now, if I put in $1,000 and HCT goes to 1.6 billion market cap, then that $1,000 is $1 million US dollars. And while the market cap is so low now, when I bought coins, when you buy coins or HCT tokens, as long as you keep them, you are earning HCT tokens on a daily basis. So I'm earning HCT tokens on a daily basis as well. So remember what I said, a rich mind buys things that generates them income so they can have time. So if you don't have time, then you need, we can't be earning $1,000 and spending $1,000 in that same period. It's important that we buy things that actually give us our time back. So here is an example, X Infinity. It set a trend. In 3 years, the market cap is 7 billion. The HCT is improving what X is doing, and the market cap is only 1.5 million. So even if it doesn't do better than this, even if it just goes to 1.5 billion US dollars, then you have 1,000x your actually capital. So that is what this NFT project actually does. Now, what is a roadmap of an NFT project? Shahi is our newest member in my program. So in the training, it shows you step by step on how to actually do it. Just ask in the group as well. You know that we have an active group. So in the group, people will actually help. You can also ask this specific question, and then I will guide you in the group. So yeah. Now, when it comes to a roadmap of an NFT project, number one, you first need to do marketing. You can't just launch your business. Nobody knows about you. You market it, then your NFTs are worth zero. So I'm going to speak about many projects that actually did this. Now, they market it. So minting day is the day when you open up your website and you say people can come and buy from your website. But it doesn't matter what, how many you, normally we cap it to less than 10. So let's say you buy one at a time, but you pay $70. Remember, there are only 10,000. So if you are not fast, then you will have to go and buy from the open market. So you buy them for $70, but when you buy them for $70, you cannot see which NFT you are getting. But you know you're getting one NFT of this specific project, because this project has, for instance, let me just put this up. Like most projects, they have 10,000 NFTs. So if 1,000 people buys 10, then it's sold out. So now where do you need to go and buy? You need to go and buy in the open market. But let's say the one, the most ugly one is selling for $140. So they are already making 100% their money. That is how I actually made over 100,000 within October by minting and then selling it for a double and more. So, but the nice ones, you can sell them for 5,000 already. So now on the open market, I remember on the open market, when you go in the open market, now you can see which NFT you are actually buying. Remember, everybody paid $70. They didn't know whether they're going to get the common one or they're going to get the super rare one that is so fantastic, etc. So once you see what you have, then you go and sell it according on the open market. But now it just launched. But let's say they are developing a game. So now they launched the game. Now these NFTs are no more selling for $140. Now they're selling for $300. And now this game gets more exciting. So they make another, they open up more stuff in the game because they're developing, it's getting better and better. So now the cheapest one is $500. Remember, I'm showing only the floor ones here, but at this point of time, there are already stuff that's selling for 5,000. I'm just showing this cheapest one. So now the game improves, but let's say there's something nice that comes out in 2023, then it's not version 1.1 or 1.2 or 1.3. Now it's version 2.0. Like Ethereum is going to be 2.0 now because it's totally new. But now the floor then is already $5,000. Then it's already too late for the general person to go and buy them. Because when it was here, they waited for someone popular to actually tell them or give them the go ahead. You don't wait till someone popular tells you. You go and do the research, or you go and find someone who has done the research and you pay them and you get in cheap. You don't wait for a year. Guys, when I learned about Bitcoin, it was already here. I couldn't afford this money then, but I got involved. I worked hard. I told my friends, I said, Lucy, man, what is this that you are speaking about? Nobody's speaking about this Bitcoin. That is back in 2016. They said, first bring me the results. Then I went. Remember, at the time I was driving someone else's Uber. I didn't even have my own car. I showed them the results. I bought two BMW 1 Series. I bought them cash for myself and my wife. And then they said, yeah, we know that you are good. You can speak, etc. But will others also make this kind of money? Then I started helping people to make money. I showed them these people are also not making money. What excuse do you have now? Then they say, no, it's too late now. Now that is a poor mind. I'm not saying they don't have money. A poor mind always has an excuse for every solution. So in the beginning, they would say, yeah, no, where's this thing going to do? Is it just another scam? When it comes here, they say it's too late. But they always have something to say why they shouldn't actually do it. And that is why I want to commend you for actually being here on a Sunday. So, any questions on what a roadmap looks like? before we move over, where I show you exactly how you can create your own NFT. Okay, no questions, guys. Before we actually create NFTs, do not be the kind of person who do not want to pay to make money. Whether you invest money or whether you invest time, if you are the type of person that want things only for free, then chances are you're going to take very long, and chances are that you are never going to reach your financial goals. So what I've done was to actually find people who already have the skill and then actually do it. And that is why I'm coming back, because I've got the skill, and now I can help you guys to actually show you, you know what, without even paying me, I'm going to do this and show you how to actually do it. But you will have to spend on your journey, especially if you want to make millions. So in order to save time, I created this video 2 hours ago. So it's just 2 minutes, and it will show you step by step how to create your own NFT. Hey guys, Lucian here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an NFT. So let me share my screen and let's get into it. So the first step is to have your image ready. So the image. Next, then put in the metadata. So I put the title as well as my name. All these are optional. I also put in my web link. Or if your images are not suitable for under 18s, you can click there for not suitable for work. Click on next. So what I do is I copy the wallet address and I send this amount of ADA to that specific wallet address. Transaction successfully sent, and there my NFT is. Isn't that beautiful? Now that I have this, how do I actually sell this? So what I do is I go to the marketplace and I go and see where my NFT is. And there it is right there. I click on it. I click on sell token. And I'm not selling this for less than 500 ADA. So I confirm. And there my NFT is listed for 500 ADA. So there we see, there is my NFT. So there's the metadata. So the author is myself and what the person will gain for having this. If you want to buy it, what it just do is click on buy. So I obviously cannot purchase my own NFT. So there we go. So once a person buys this, then the ADA will appear in my wallet address, and the person will then have the, and then I will go and send this NFT to them. Let me stop share. Now let me just explain what I actually showed on the video. So when you are buying and selling NFTs, it's not like you're going to sit in front of the computer the entire day. You buy an NFT. I bought a few, and then I researched more. And then when I understood what it's about, then I went and bought more. But when I buy it, I put it up for sale for 3 times what I bought it for. If I paid $100, I sell it for $300. So let's say it takes 2 weeks, or let's say it takes 1 hour. So when someone pays, I will get an email and they will tell me, you know what, someone paid for your thing. You only have 24 hours to actually send this thing to them. If you don't send it in 24 hours, that money will go back to that person. So now you just bought it, you go on with your life, because many of us, in fact, most of us, we living in a busy world. So you buy the NFT, you put it up for 3 times more. So that is my strategy that I actually use. Let's say I bought for 10,000, or let's say $1,000. But those NFTs, I sell them for $3,000. So, but whenever, let's say I bought 3 of them for $330, right? So I spent $1,000. So now, one of them sell. So I've got my $1,000 back because I put them up for sale for $1,000. But for $1,000, I paid for 3 of them because I paid only $330. So now I'm selling 1 per $1,000. So now I've got my money back. And the second one, I sell them for 10 times more. And then the other one, I want to keep it because remember what I showed you. you don't know which NFT is going to go to $1 million US. So you don't want to be just making money. It's like buying Bitcoin when it was $450 and selling it when it was $45,000. You're thinking you made money, it's fine, 10 times your money. But now Bitcoin is $60,000, and now you don't sit with any Bitcoin anymore. So the same in the strategy, you buy, and then you get your money back as soon as possible, and then you leave the others to actually go and make money for you. Obviously, not all of the projects are going to result to that, but at least you position yourself, you build an NFT portfolio that can actually start buying back your time. Now, are there any questions before we proceed? In closing, so my website is luciangodfrey.com. Now, if you go to my website, this is what the website looks like. If you go here to case studies, you will learn how my clients are actually making money from this. So I share or teach how to earn 1,000 to 10K per month trading NFTs and cryptocurrencies. So if you go to my website, you go to case studies, then that is actually what you will see. Now, tomorrow is the 1st of November. Then our price will be $300. It's still very cheap. The reason why I actually priced it this way is actually to make it affordable for the person on the stage, but it doubles every month up until when it comes to a high ticket, because at the end of the day, you can only do so much to actually help. So if you want to know more, you click on become a client. So when you click on become a client, you don't just pay. You actually, when you click on that, you go to my calendar, you see when I'm available. You book a call when you are also available. We go on Zoom, me and yourself, one-on-one. I explain what we can actually do and how we can actually assist if the product is what you need, and it's exactly what and I feel that you are actually a good fit, because I don't work, I do my best to not let anyone in my program who actually has a mindset of expecting wonders within a few days. Guys, it took me, in this industry, it took me 1 year to make enough money, go from where I found myself to make enough money and have enough money that for a year. So then for the 10th time, I quit my job, and I knew I wouldn't go back, because for that year I had enough money. Even if I failed at everything, I still have enough money to maintain my lifestyle. And I had to work. So it took me over a year, or it took me a year to actually be able to make enough money to actually walk away from my job. Now, not everybody here wants to walk away from the job, most probably. But at the time, I did not have a lot of money to actually get started. So I'm in a better position now, and I can spend 10K or 1K here and there on things that will generate income. So it's important that you have the mindset of building wealth. So if that is you, you can go to my site and click on become a client. Or if you have heard enough and you want to take action today already, for a special price, if you go to the bottom of my website, you will see pay now. Then you click on it, you will be able to get in. Guys, in fact, I'm actually shy of sharing that price, because at the end of the day, what our students are actually getting out of it, the results that we are getting, it's totally worth it. So therefore, you can go to my website, you can see how those who are taking action, they are making money from it. And as a result, we are actually doubling the price as we go, because the only reason why it's that price now is because I actually wanted to help the kind of person that I was back in the day, who didn't sit around with $1,000 or $10,000 to actually find someone to help them.